Inside my hoodie. Inside my hoodie. Inside my hoodie. I'm hoodie. I'm hoodie.
And we're back.
Back again.
Where the question today and every day is, are we elevating? Are you elevating?
I'm elevating.
Okay, good. So we're going to pull the angel number like we did last time. Don't worry. The same sticks are not in there. I keep those separate.
You keep
I
those-
figured you'd ask that.
Ooh, there's something else in there though. What is that? Round
That's my
thing?
hammer.
Oh, that's the hammer you got. I forgot about that. Okay. All right.
What'd you pull?
What you want? Number
Yep.
333.
Nice. Read them.
It says, "To hear your inner truth, you must tune out the noise." And then the other
Very
one
true.
says, "Take a long walk and leave your phone at home." Well,
That'd be easy for us.
get in touch with the quiet parts of yourself. That's easy up here.
Yeah, that's easy as hell. I pulled 888 for balance, and it's treat yourself to something small today. Indulgence is good for the soul. I did that. I'll actually tell you the story. Life is not meant to be lived in extremes. Hard disagree. Extreme sports, man. We gotta go surfing, bro. We gotta go
There's your bag of tricks.
snowboarding, man.
I like the hammer though.
You do like it? Oh, that was why I was almost covering my camera. Like it looked a little shadowy. when I
It's a
figured it
shadowy
in.
figure.
So, Michael,
What's up?
what's happening?
Same old,
What's new in the world of Airstreams?
Nice time off. They fixed my power though. I got a message from the landlord. They rewired it
The whole thing?
or whatever the problem was. That's what message I got says rewired. Something else. I have to go back and read it again.
Cool.
So
Well, that's very nice of them. Did they replace your Klondike bars?
that was like a month ago. That's when my fridge went out like a month ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
No,
about.
they took money off my rent though.
Like, and minus $8.99 for a box of Klondikes.
Well, no, it was a whole freezer full of stuff.
Yeah, I
So it
know.
wasn't
How
just-
much did they give you for real?
I don't know. They took like $50-$60 off the rent. I mean, it's
Let
probably,
me give them a call. I'll negotiate.
they're really nice old people. I rarely get to see them.
I know,
So.
I'm just playing. This is a better setup though what we've got because now I can't see your face from here. Well, I can now, but right like that. But the camera can. So I
It's
decided
normally I'm in front of here, like the camera can't see me, right?
right, and that's how it was for a few people. Like I'm just figuring it out.
You trying to hide everybody's face.
They're like, "You idiot, moron."
I just want to hide your face so you can stand over here.
So kind.
It used to be a thing. I'm pinching your head
I know. Do you ever do this when you're on the car?
on your car.
Like you run, like you. It looks like you're running outside
No,
next to the.
I'm pinching your head.
Or I'll jump the white and yellow lines. I'll be like. Did you ever watch that movie Napoleon Dynamite when he throws the little action figure out the bus window?
Yeah, I've seen that before.
I had to go to the doctor today. You know what's weird? I've been going to this doctor's office for 12. This was my 13th visit. I started last December. I've spoken to a doctor twice.
What do you mean actually talk to somebody, right?
Yeah, the very first time I went because I was getting Adderall, they were like, "Oh, you think so, huh?"
You gotta see a doctor first, right?
Well, yeah, but I knew that would happen. But he was like, he heard what I wanted and was a dick off the bat. He was just like, "Oh, everybody wants this," and I was like, "Well, here's my medical file from the last 30 years." He read like 10 pages and his whole script
He
changed.
said you don't need those.
No, he was like, he's like, "Yeah, I can do this, man." And then we became kind of like buds.
He probably said you really need something else, a little stronger.
Dude, I wish. I need some Vicodin.
So you see, you said you've seen like 2 doctors. Is it?
No, I've seen one twice.
I thought you. Oh, I thought you said you saw a different one. Oh, so same one you saw twice.
There's another doctor that works there, and he creeps me out,
Oh, I
man.
see.
He's like I think he started practicing in the 30s or something.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't have a license.
For real, they don't take insurance there. They don't
I know.
at all.
You told me that.
Well, I haven't told my audience.
No.
You have to act like everything I say is the first time you hear it.
That's right. See, you remember I've heard it. It's because they haven't heard it.
Yeah. So, I walk in today, and the same girl for the 13th time in a row says, "Have you been here before?"
You said no.
First time, sweetheart. No, I'm very polite, but I just go in, I get my prescription. They charge me $90 to do nothing. They literally write it down for me, and it's $90. That's ridiculous.
That's probably for the visit and the prescription, right?
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, guess, right? You don't know, right?
I mean, that's got to be what it is. I say that what it is it's a fee to enjoy life. Because I'll pay it.
Do they prescribe it there, or do you have to go to the pharmacy and get it?
No, they give me the prescription at the doctor's office.
So you
Then
gotta
I
go to CVS or somewhere and get it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's exactly where I go.
So I don't think they can legally give you like prescriptions at like the doctor's office that say they can
not-
give you samples, but that's
yeah.
different though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they.
It depends on the practice, I think, and how they're regulated.
I don't even know if they still do that. I mean, when I was on Nerd Tech, I remember the doctor gave me like some, like 3 or 4 as like some they had, but it was like
What was it like when doctors came to visit you at your house?
What do you mean? When they came to visit me at my house? What the hell does that mean?
It's like that because they did in the 1800s.
No. You're very funny. Oh, I thought that's.
That's Rick, right? I got to get him on here. I just want to talk to him and congratulate him for being old. That's pretty cool. I mean, the older you get, it's like you made it.
He's 20 years older than I am.
Yeah. But sharp as a tack that's been in the wall.
Well, I think there's some memory issues in some ways. Some of the things I see.
Yeah, but I've spoken to 40-year-olds that are dumber than him.
Yeah, well, Jowett? No, just kidding.
You heard him. You heard it here first. That fool doesn't watch this show. He pretends to be proud of us, but he doesn't give a
Don't
shit.
the main
what we do.
other 40-year-olds up here. That's
Guess what I did after the doc?
What?
McDonald's.
You celebrate going to the doctor's office, go to McDonald's.
I just had time to kill because I had to wait. They were like, it was a 12 o'clock. She goes, "We're gonna get to this as quick as we can. You might want to come back at 2, because we like to eat lunch at 1:30." I'm like, y'all gotta eat.
Who? The pharmacy?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, they close all the time now, like for lunch.
Isn't that wild?
They never used to before. Like before COVID, they never would close. They'd be open through lunch all the time.
Well, normal places have shifts.
Yeah.
So you might have 1 or 2 people go on break or take a lunch or whatever, but then they're not us.
Like all CVS and Walgreens now, they're like closed for an hour and a half for lunch.
They're turning into the banks. They know they own us. They have us by the balls. They can do whatever they want.
That's right. And if you get there like at noon and you forget, and then, well, you made that trip to pharmacy for nothing because they're not open.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
And I live so far away. That's what I tell them at the doctor's office. I'm like,
They
y'all
don't
could
care.
really hook me up with like 3 months worth.
They don't care because you live far away.
No, I know. I'm not stupid. I know. Nobody cares about anybody
That's right. Nobody.
except me. Well, no, that's a fucking lie. But those bananas up there, it's like I want to be a banana guy, but I just don't have the patience.
We'll move to South America and grow bananas.
Hold on, I'm thinking about it.
Or wherever they grow them. I don't.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
You want to deal in bananas?
Yeah.
Probably a lucrative business because they only come from like so many countries, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know where they
I
come.
grew up in a world where everything's just readily available. But I have witnessed what it's like to not live in that world. And it's torture. What's wrong with you tonight?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why?
You seem off.
I'm off.
Yeah. What's wrong?
My back hurts.
Oh, your back hurts.
Yeah, I think I tweaked it today.
Oh, shit. Is that why? Okay. Well, what time do you work tomorrow?
Same time, same channel.
Same channel, same place.
Yeah, 7.
Channel 926.
And I got some other things on my mind too.
We'll talk about them. That's what this
I
show's
gotta get my
for.
damn insurance figured out. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because time is running out. Because they're gonna cancel on me in a month. I mean,
This seems weird. This can't be your only option.
well,
I feel like something's being blocked in the way of
well,
knowledge to you.
I need to try. When I was in Blue Ridge this week, tried to call them a number of times, but it's like,
All right, so we go to plan B.
what's the plan B?
We find a new plan.
Yeah, I can't afford the insurance though, man.
See, that's what I'm
paying
saying.
no
Okay, so that's the plan we don't go
I'm
after.
paying no premium now, or I was paying no premium, so, and I got pretty much, not, everything wasn't free, but it was a very low cost, so, if like go see my primary care is like $10, meds were, most I paid for meds was 15 for the 2 migraine meds I'm on,
So,
and it's been 3 months almost, I've been off meds, and it's like,
what the fuck?
that's probably another thing that's kind of bothering me too.
That's just a cycle we're going to have to figure out how to break. I mean, I know. I mean, I'm not rich. I don't have any money.
I really want to like physically talk to him because I've never been able to talk to somebody live, right? And I'm thinking,
All right, I figured it out.
give my side of the story and thinking maybe they'll feel sorry for me, but they probably won't.
No one. Are you kidding? I mean, a whole CEO from an insurance company got murdered on the fucking sidewalk, and nothing has changed.
But I believe it was their fault, not mine, what happened. So that's
Well, for now, we got to worry about getting your migraines under control. Fuck all the semantics, the blah, 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 blah. You hear me?
I hear you.
So, I need the contact numbers for the places, and I'll call them.
Yeah, but you need all my information then.
Yeah, I'm going to steal your identity. You're exactly
You
who I
might.
want to be. This is the long con.
And I'm going to be you, right? No, I don't think I want to do that.
Nobody could handle being this.
No, especially doing this stuff.
This shit's fun as fuck. Dude, time is going so slow. This is so boring.
Boring.
Yeah, talking about insurance and headaches.
Well, you brought it up, not me.
Well, you
You
just
asked me what was going on. That's what's
trying
going
to
on.
cheer you up. We'll get it taken care of, but you gotta believe that it can be. If you keep thinking that they're gonna fuck me over, or they're gonna screw me over, that's what's gonna mold in the 3D and take it from a dude with all the experience. I'll try to manifest you some cash.
That's a lot of cash, though.
$2,000 is not that much.
Sure it is. If I have to pay it back, it's a lot. No
Then
paycheck.
that's
No
where-
paychecks for the rest of my life.
See, it's all
Somebody told me. I don't know who somebody. It was somebody else must know about that. I don't know. And they said, "Well, what does that mean? You have to pay it back in 2 paychecks?" I mean, yeah. What does that mean? No money for 2 months? That doesn't make any sense.
No, if you would,
Who told me
if
that?
that was the thing, it would be like, I would be like $150 per paycheck.
I know.
Like,
I
that's
don't know who said
doable.
that. I don't like Matt or somebody said that, and it's like, really? You think they would do that? No. They might, but I doubt it. That'd be like zero.
I borrowed from my old boss once. She gave me $1,500 to get caught up, and then I paid her 50% of my tips. But I was making hourly too, so
Yeah.
I wasn't losing a lot of money, and it only took me like less than 2 weeks to pay her back. So, but what does home actually mean to you?
I mean, home.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna decide. I don't know. I wrote that in my notes.
Really? You still writing notes? I thought you weren't doing notes.
Well, sometimes someone comes on the show and doesn't talk.
Well, but I normally talk all the time.
That's
This is kind of an off day. I don't know.
Well, then we're gonna do 5 more minutes and go to 20 minutes, and then we're gonna stop.
Huh? What?
Yeah, because we have no material. We're used up.
No, we're not used
We
up.
jumped the shark.
We're not used up, but it's because
I could pull some cat tarot on you.
you pull some what on me?
Cat tarot.
Oh. Hey, I like those cat cards.
Me too.
Well, here, oh, guilty.
He'll take. Killer say what?
You know, the first
What?
time I saw this, I thought it was a corncob pipe.
Oh yeah, it could be a pipe. Just hollow it out. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I used to smoke a pipe. 'Cause I smoke cigars, but I used to have a corncob all the time, and I used to smoke it sometimes. You
Mhm.
know, because it's the cheapest pipe. I mean, it's a good enough pipe to get smoke some tobacco.
All right, Deck. How can we manifest some cash for old Mike here? Queen of Pentacles is the card that came out, which means we have to find. And that's awesome. Isn't that awesome that I said, how can we manifest money? And the money card comes out.
Really?
The royal bitch of the money. And the Queen of Pentacles. I'll read it from this tarot guidebook. Because something tells me you don't believe in miracles.
Sometimes.
Message. The Queen of Pentacles depicts a woman holding a pinnacle, the symbol of fertility. She strives for security and stability and is a caring, motherly figure. So we have to find you a caring, motherly figure.
It's not so much I don't believe in miracles. It's everything's always found a way to kind of work itself out. That's kind of
That's what I call a miracle.
right.
It doesn't have to be the parting of the Red Sea,
You've done that too.
a burning bush. The only
That too.
bush I burn is weed. I'm just kidding. I don't be burning nothing no mo. All right, so basically what this is saying, focus on creating a well-balanced life with a secure future. Use your good judgment and look before you leap. You're like, what the fuck does that mean? Right? And don't worry, I know. It just means I have to word something a specific way to a specific person.
Well, we know this already. I know who this is. I know what you're talking about.
And I haven't figured out the clarity to do it yet.
Yeah. Next podcast.
Oh.
Guilty. We'll send you to jail.
Nope. I just figured it out. We got you, Mike. Don't worry about it, dog. I got you.
He just got a, what do you call that? Premonition or something? Or,
Dude, don't. Yeah.
Like-
And look what just came out. The fucking sun card. My idea will be shined upon. The Two of Cups and the Knight of Wands. This right here, along with your Queen of Pentacles that we pulled, says, your wish is our command. Oh, and then King of Pentacles on the bottom. Boy, don't play with me. Oh my gosh. Split to the Magician. Wow. We got you, Mike. We got you, Mike.
Okay.
Boo.
What?
Boo. This episode sucks.
Hey, gotta have some downtime. Gotta have some off episodes sometimes.
Oh no, I've got 40 of them locked away.
40?
Locked away.
Well, not from me.
Not from you, no, from me.
Because, sometimes you just got bad days. That's all.
No, I don't know. Explain that to me. Walk me through this whole naked thing when you walked in my apartment. You're like, what are you?
Well, I was
you
just-
walking around naked?
I was just teasing you.
No, I wanna know because then you were like, I just caught you. That you
catch
want to walk around naked, and I was just like,
I'd catch you
nah.
doing anything. You were clothed when I came in. You could have been in there doing something. I don't... That's why you always lock yourself out.
No, that's just dumbness.
No, I think there's something in there. No.
There's
I'm
bodies
just
in
kidding.
the closet. Skeletons.
'Cause I
in
know
my
you got
closet.
I get the lock up in your room somewhere. We're gonna have our own court here. Guilty.
Guilty.
You
I'm
go-
gonna turn my camera off so I can vape.
We can't do that on there.
I can. I'm just not gonna.
I thought maybe it was like
Because I don't want them to see my face.
Oh, well, I see. Oh. Well, that's why you get the the software if you can just you don't have to wear masks. You can just like green screen it or something.
But I plan on wearing the mask even when I'm
Put Jowet's face in place of yours.
never.
He's
I'm very nice to him. He's my friend, but if giving him my face would be too fucking much.
like the movie Face Off.
That's a good movie. Remember, he's got like, was it Nicolas Cage wakes up without his face on with a cigarette lit? Like, what a badass! Looks like a Terminator.
Like what happened to him?
Who?
Nicolas Cage.
He's rich.
Yeah, he like doesn't do movies anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like what was the last movie he did?
I don't know. I gotta look it up. I don't know because he did. My friend Jenna was in his movie Renfield.
Your friend was in his movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Really? What she have? She have a speaking part?
Oh yeah.
That's good money.
I mean, I don't know, but
Speaking.
I'm proud of her because like I met her back in 2000. What year was it? 10, I think. 2010. Me and my roommate made a film. I've already talked about this before, but with Jowett. But she was the actress that we ended up hiring to be in that movie, and we were the first ones to ever hire her for a movie role.
Does she get recognized from that or not?
No, we never. It never got. Something happened and the footage ruined. I had nothing to do with that.
No.
It cost $10,000 though. We had like 30 people over a 4-day period. It was a fun time. A movie we
cool.
wrote.
I didn't know about this.
I have pictures on my Facebook and stuff. But we had like the cops involved. We had volunteers. Like the cops were in the movie. Like it was a horror short. We made a horror film.
Horror short, huh?
A horror short. That's why it was only 4 days, because we ended up capturing like I think the movie was only going to be like 10-15 minutes.
Oh yeah, really short.
But we threw some twists in there real quick, and everybody that read it was like, "Oh, this is going to be good," and we made it, and I was excited, and then it fucked up. But she's gone on to do a lot of stuff. So
I mean, like acting roles in
yeah,
Hollywood, right?
She's a director too. She's a stunt woman. She was on that WandaVision show.
I only know one person that's ever acted in Hollywood. A friend of mine lives in Colorado.
Mhm.
He's done like non-speaking parts in some movies, but like he's done once you go from non-speaking to speaking, the money is completely insanely different. Even
Yeah.
the residuals you get the rest of your life.
We
is
talked
just
about that.
because he was in remember the movie Armageddon?
Hell yeah.
He was like he said I forget what he said in that movie, but he's been like done other like non-speaking roles in some movies. But he's more like a guy that would be like in a movie like that, like Armageddon, let's say, and stuff. You know.
Armageddon was a good movie. That was during that era when Hollywood was shitting out 2 of the same movies per year, like Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? What was it? I acted like I had a whole bunch of examples.
You did.
But they were also doing, like, sequels now are not the same. People don't want to see the same movie twice. Like, Home Alone 2 was pretty much the same movie on a different...
Well, yeah.
Except, what was his name? Daniel Stern, who played Marv, the big tall guy.
Right.
He was saying in an interview recently that the first one actually scared kids.
Really?
Because he took his son to school, or his daughter to school. Another kid saw him and ran and told the teacher that Marv was there. And so they actually, he introduced himself. But he said by the second movie, they were already the clowns.
No.
So it was a lot easier to transition into. I don't know about the third one. What was that one about?
They did a third one?
They've done a whole bunch of them.
I thought that I heard something recently about they're thinking about doing another one.
Oh, yeah. Movie studios... See, when there's no... Here's the thing. Movie studios are run by talentless people for the most part.
Yeah, I know.
The big ones. Because they have no talent. They don't know what art is. So when they release these freaking movies
We got
over and over again...
10 sequels.
Yeah, it's all just... I mean, a lot of it is the union that people have put together. Like, being in that industry, it's not the same thing. I like independence.
Right.
I don't want anybody telling me how to run this.
Because you're like an actors guild and actors union.
Yeah, and
generally,
then you have to get paid. There's all these rules you have to follow,
Yeah.
and that just sounds terrible.
Yeah, and there's
Like,
different. Depends what you do. Like I said, if you're in a movie and have extra, you get paid very little. As soon as you get that speaking part, that gets then I think you have to be in the Actors Guild and Actors Union. It's automatic. I don't think it matters because you can be an extra and not say a damn anything.
yeah,
Like be in a crowd of people.
yeah.
They're always looking for movies like gets extras to like not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I was trying to make a tornado. I was listening. But
So you,
there is the guild and then the writers guild, so it's like they have to have work for these people, and they do this whole hierarchy thing. It's crazy. But the writers are the ones getting their ideas butchered, and
all right.
I don't
'Cause
think they care.
if you have like
Some might.
let's say you have a script and then it gets like rewritten, because they may not like the way it is really, and then your
Which
original
they
idea
do, and they're talentless.
and your original idea gets like all shitty now.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know.
Actually, I'm gonna play an audio clip of that guy that was saying exactly what I believe, and it's about not giving a fuck about your audience, but not really. Here it is.
So if we're making art, we're making it's almost like a diary entry.
Oh wait,
So
I gotta restart it.
the thing I say in the book is that the audience comes last. And I believe that. I'm not making it for them. I'm making it for me. And it turns out that when you make something truly for yourself, you're doing the best thing you possibly can for the audience. So much of why, if you go to the movies, so many big movies just not good. It's because they're not being made by a person who cares about it. They're being made by people who are trying to make something that they think someone else is going to like. And that's not how art works. That's something else. It's not art. That's commerce.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Okay. Yeah.
he's right.
Yeah. True.
I mean, I write songs. I mean, I have, and none of them were written with anybody else in mind.
Right.
I mean, I had the genre we were doing and the style we liked, and I wasn't thinking. I was writing about the person in my head if it was about somebody or whatever. But yeah, never. I was always, do I like this melody? I don't give a
Well,
fuck
it's like
if they
we're
want to.
saying, like a movie. If somebody writes a script, they might say, "Oh, this is great," right? And then it gets to the studio, and and they get their edits and rewrites, and then eventually it gets on a big screen. I'm sure a lot of writers look at that and say, "What the hell did they do to my story?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? It sucks.
Mm-hmm. But they're in that union. They're in there. They pay their dues.
Because you get the studios with the big money. It's like we can do whatever you want with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can get
Because
any
to
actor we
them,
want to.
It's a percentage.
We can get any actor we want to. Sometimes as a writer, you might have a vision like, this is who I want. Well, it doesn't mean they're going to get that person.
Right.
'Cause they
And
may
there
be-
are exceptions. Like Tom Hanks runs Playtone. He and Steven Spielberg, they are great
Uh-huh.
at what they do. And there are still but I like independent movies. Do you ever watch independent films?
Yeah.
Those are the best, man. I don't watch many anymore, but back when I was really into it, it was just interesting to try to get in the head of the writer. There was a whole genre of movies
Yeah,
called
'cause
mumblecore.
With independent, you don't have that like the big studio like watching over you too. See,
Exactly, talentless
Yeah.
people. They don't know what.
there's people unknown. A lot of those are unknowns.
Mhm.
But that's the idea.
Pe-
It's not-
unknown people are all over the world are making livings doing art, and it's beautiful.
But sometimes it takes you one independent movie, and then you can be known too, and then
Sure.
you can go to Hollywood.
If you want to, I wouldn't want that though.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't want, knowing what I know now. Sure, when I was younger, I had the dreams of getting signed by a big record label, but they whisk you away half the time, and you don't hear from anybody because, seriously, record labels are pieces of shit, man. Say the Ariana Grande, right? And then there's like some other girls out there that are doing a similar thing.
Right.
They'll sign them and then shelf the project or never release it. And
Why? Because Eric
hold
Grande is
on.
a bigger name. Is that why?
Right.
And it was
And-
like maybe throw her the money, right, as opposed to somebody else.
or just competition control. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is, but a lot of people will get signed by labels just to have the label shelf them or never promote them.
Really?
And then keep them trapped by these sick contracts.
Because it probably is. That's probably
Fuck
true.
a contract.
It's probably true because it probably is. Let's say an artist like her, there probably is a lot of like not necessarily copycats, but people or women that are like the same genre, kind of same
Right.
maybe
They don't wanna flood
image,
the
kind of
market.
same image. You can't have more than one of those.
Well,
at
you
one
can
time.
have an NSYNC and a Backstreet Boys, but
Yeah.
you can't like anything below them are just they it feels like they're below the tier, right? So, Britney Spears, she kind of paved the way for what a lot of girls are doing now.
Well, yeah, way
Sabrina
back.
Carpenter,
Right.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift writes her own shit though. That's a big deal to me. I mean, people can do whatever they want, but the whole puppet thing and people willing to become part of a machine
Well, that happens with film though too, where
everywhere,
sometimes
everything.
because you say a lot of that, I mean, you have a great idea for a film, and they might studio may say yeah, and then because like music or artists, it goes in the shelf somewhere. It's like
Yeah,
and then 10 years later, somebody finds it and they make a movie out of it.
Mm,
That's happened
mhm.
before. That's happened before.
You know what's crazy? I was listening to my band Broken City Sky released an EP called Enemies in 2017 or 18. 6 songs, and I'm listening to them the other day, and I was like, holy shit, these resonate with me more now than they did almost a decade ago when I wrote them.
Right.
It's just crazy. Art is cool, but fuck a contract. Fuck contracts. I mean, it's to keep you safe. No, it's to keep nobody safe. That's to get
Right,
tied up in court.
Well, sometimes the contract is not to keep you safe
Like,
either.
if you can't trust your handshake and someone else's handshake, I'm not doing business, bro.
And slimy backhanded people. That's what they are.
There's a lot of them.
But that happens a lot too, though. Even with a contract, sometimes you hear about famous people getting screwed by
The
somebody.
devil's in the details.
I don't care if it's a contract or not.
The devil's in the details. And that's true.
You know.
So, like, that's how I just would like to operate now. Like, no one would ever be, oh, we want to do this and do that, but we need you to sign this 18-page contract.
That's
No,
right.
go fuck yourself.
Read the fine print.
If you want an episode of this, you pay me and I'll give it to you. Deal done.
Right.
I'm not signing years-long shit or some...
A lot of times, like
a lot of places, like music, when I was in the band, they tried to come in and get us to pay them to be on their label and stuff, and that just doesn't make sense.
You pay them to be on
That's
the
what they wanted. They were taking advantage of some of our friends. Like,
because it's supposed to be the other way around, right? Their label, they pay you, right?
they sign you, and then it's usually
Right.
they need you to then perform though and make that money back.
But then you're obligated to perform so much or put out if you're doing put out so much music. That's all part of the contract then.
yeah, that's usually an album. Like,
And some labels might own Taylor Swift for 10 years or something. Not necessarily her, but maybe, if you're signed to Sony or somebody, you may have a 10-year obligation.
they usually go by album, but
Yeah,
an
or
album cycle is
But
typically
there's so
2
much
to 3 years.
But there's so much you have to do with that too. But
There's press,
live performances,
touring.
recording, I mean, just fan meet and greets. There's so much,
There's a lot.
and it's a lot. And then, you're on the road constantly,
That's fun though. I mean, I always say, because I was in trucking,
Right.
so I lived on the road by myself. So imagine if I had a bunch of friends with me, it'd be bitching, dude.
and then you get to be a roadie like the rest of them.
You know I'm the talent. We bring this show on the road.
Roadies, man. I met some
My uncle was a roadie.
a
He joined the
long time
circus.
ago when I drove a taxi in Cincinnati. I remember met some semi truck drivers. They were like roadies for I don't know who it was. They were in town for some event. I remember. And that's all they do is they follow the tour. That's all it is.
That's a lifestyle, and more power to them.
I mean, it's we talk about that. We talked about it before, like Metallica. It's like they got 20 trucks. They got 1,000 people on their staff.
Yeah.
They got put up that whole stage and it takes 4 days, and they can break it down in 8 hours. It's amazing.
I mean, you get used to the routine.
That's some of those people are tops in their industry too. And they don't. You're not making probably $15 an hour. You're probably making pretty good money. I guarantee it.
I never did a prolonged tour in a van or something, but a lot of friends I know have.
Like a van tour.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some in here soon to talk about it. But they live in the van for weeks and playing music locally in Atlanta. I was always playing with touring bands, and you run into them and talk to them, and it's just they're exhausted a lot of the times.
Well,
But they
yeah.
also have this crazy energy, and they're excited as hell to be out there pushing their art every day. And you look back on that time with fondness.
Even small like bands up and coming, you're maybe signed for, you got to do so many live performances. Even if it's like one a week, which is
52 a year.
I mean, it could be more than that. It could be like twice a week, depends on how,
Most of my friends are touring months on end. Like one of the guys is coming soon. I'm not going to say his name yet, but he and his friends his band was touring the U.S., Canada, South America, Europe, and they were playing shows almost every single day for months.
that would wipe you out, man.
But it's only you think about it, if you've got a comfortable tour bus or you're going to a hotel, you can at least get good sleep, and you're only really technically working for that when you're performing and when you're doing your meet and
right,
greet.
because that's the hardest part. I mean, obviously you're doing like sound check. That's you got to
But
do
they
that
have people doing that for them.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not touching
But
gear.
because you might be, obviously when you become really big, you may be 2 or 3 hour long concert. That's probably the hardest
Like
part of that day.
Metallica, yeah.
And then you have to go unwind because you may be on the way to your next, let's say, venue, even though it might take, like somebody like that. In between, it might be 3 days, 3 or 4 days, because it takes that long to reset, So you can't
Pussy.
do back-to-back shows with like huge.
Go talk to the people doing the Las Vegas residencies though. Some of them are doing 3 shows a day.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Elvis, the year before he died, his last year doing it, I think he was doing.
But that would be like one of those contracts. You do that, it's like you're stuck, for like 3
I guess
shows.
you get used to it too, right? Like we get used to working here. I mean, it just becomes part of your life. Metallica, they've been doing it for 40, 50 years. They're so used to it.
Well,
It's just autopilot, and they should feel happy.
I mean, after a
because-
while, because a lot of times you talk to some of the, and we've talked, like some of the bands have been around a long time. Maybe in the beginning it was about the money, the fame. Not so much anymore because a lot of people know who you are now. And a lot of times, if you really sit down and like talk to somebody, it's a matter of just being in front of the fans.
Mhm.
Who cares about the money anymore?
Sure.
Some people just want to perform in front of
Yeah.
10, 20, 30,000 people.
Me too.
I mean, sometimes in the beginning, it's like your first concert, you're kind of nervous. But eventually, that kind of, over time, that gradually gets easier. Not necessarily stage fright, but it's hard.
I know.
Like the first time when you're in front of like 10,000 people. I mean, if you're doing like small one,
I didn't do that many people, but we played plenty of shows that were packed out, and
I
so
mean,
you
it can
get
be
it.
stage frighting if you're not used to doing that. Let's say you're like practicing in your basement, and all of a sudden like you got 500 people, right? It has to be nerve wracking the first time that you do it. I don't care what you say.
I can confirm that because I've done it.
Yeah. But even like if
You
you're
remember
going,
that, right? You know
Right.
that's a fact of life. I was in a band for
I know
years.
that. I know that.
On the radio too. But it is nerve wracking, especially like first starting out too. You get a show and then you play another show, and it's like all these dudes you look up to because they were in the local scene you were following that inspired you to start a band,
Right.
and then the bigger bands come. Like I played a show with this band called He Is Legend, and that's what? Like that was awesome. That was crazy, like He Is Legend is like a big name. So but for a lot of those first shows, you're proving yourself, and you're playing for people who don't know who you are, and that's the
Of
nerve
course,
wracking
and if you
part.
have like
And
people
if
like
it's
watching you saying, "Are you you're doing a good job?" There's all these things you do when you're up there performing too. It's more than just like singing.
yeah,
or
you
playing
gotta
something, right?
amp them up, and I
Right.
was not good at that part.
Yeah,
I did not like
really?
doing that. I finally figured out that people liked when I would change where I would say we're from. So I'd be like, we'd finish a song, boom, we're a Broken Cities guy, and we're from Warsaw, Poland, and I started just rotating everywhere each band member was born.
No.
So we're Broken Cities guy from Fresno, California. And people would catch on to that. And then, you throw out some promo stuff, but we liked to keep the show moving. I mean, that's how we did it at practice.
Well, if you watch any concert, most of the time, that's kind of way it is. I mean, like even when Metallica performs, they'll shout out the name of the city they're in that particular
Right.
night.
Yep.
That's probably part of that. And even James Hetfield said, like, I saw an interview with him recently about, he said he still gets nervous sometimes, but he says when he's up on stage, he'll like focus on like one person, and that way it just flows better. I just
Interesting.
pick a face out in the crowd, and
You know,
that's
now that I think about it, when I would sing, I would usually look at one specific
what
person
I'm
that
saying.
was singing with me.
That's right, because there might be like 20,000 people out
Yeah, I
there,
don't know about that. Not for me.
but 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 some people still get the the jitters when like
I got butterflies, but I was used to it. I was like, I know this is gonna pass as soon as the music starts. But yeah, I
well, right,
would.
because that's what you're up there to do. If you're up there just stand there and like talking or something, it's different.
Right. And then we would play this bar in Atlanta called Smith's. I fucking loved it, dude. One of the radio jocks from the rock station would come MC for us, and I'd pay him, of course, not much, but I was like, "You're fucking awesome." And then I would grab some of our friends' bands and we would play. Like Jowett was in a band, he was in a band called Rest Easy, and we played Smith's one night and packed it out, and it was bitching. And I met these two people that came up to me afterwards. And they were like, yeah, we were like traveling down south. Traveling. I'm just kidding. Traveling, driving. I don't know exactly verbatim. But they were like, we heard your song come on, and then we looked up you guys online and saw you guys were playing, so here we are. And I was like, no, that's bitching. And that's, that kind of stuff. And we played the Masquerade once. It was we were playing with these two touring bands. And it was full, and I was scared. But then when we started playing, people were singing along because we had released our
See, and that
EP.
sometimes that kind of eases maybe the stage.
They were
fright, too.
excited to see us. When we came out, they like got really loud, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is what it." And then, yeah, so they're singing along and stuff. And then after the show, I go outside like we always do, And people were coming up with our CDs and stuff. Can you sign this?
Can you
And
sign my
I
CD?
was like, what is going on?
What
So
the hell
no,
is
I don't
this?
know what that's like to experience every single night for months on end and
Right.
become used to it or whatever. But to know that we were doing something that made that kind of local noise was awesome. So
But that's the problem with like some of the big like performers anymore, because like to get it like a signature, unless you have a ticket like with a before like meet and greet, you generally don't get anything like that anymore because it's all about money, obviously.
let me tell you a secret though. The general population of the world are animals. And when you become a big enough celebrity,
Of course.
you become a zoo
Well,
animal.
It's just like the paparazzi; they're always going after you.
Mhm.
If you become well known, it's like
And
all the time.
animals read the magazines
You
that
know?
paparazzi. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone knows paparazzis are assholes, but no one's out there actively shielding these celebrities from them.
No, I mean,
So it's not like people are animals, man. They want to see.
when you're
sick
well known, you
shit.
got that face, everybody knows you.
Mhm.
If this normal guy like you, nobody
Right.
knows you.
Exactly. That's the goal.
You got you have that anonymity. That's what you really need.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's people. I mean, it's not that hard to track down what I look like, But the general population's not going to care enough.
Right. Well, yeah,
So-
of course.
It's just the stalkers and the creepers you got to worry about.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I worked at the radio station. That was like being known, but not until someone introduced me. They're like, "Oh, I know who you are
Oh.
because you're radio." You're
Like on
not-
the radio, yeah.
So, or Jeff Dollar, he used to work on the Burt Show. He came up to me, shook my hand, and said, "That was some funny stuff," and I felt elated.
Of course, it's only on the radio, and people are only hearing your voice as opposed to
Mhm.
seeing you. Like
Right, they see you at the things because we would go to clubs and we
right,
would go do
you
events.
do like stuff for the
set-
station, right?
Yep, mhm,
Yeah.
and set the van up, and it was always a lot of staged stuff. I mean, radio it's fun, man. It's fast paced fun, but it's like a bunch of cutthroat assholes.
You're always doing promos, trying to get like people to listen to your station.
Yeah.
I know they're always promoting something in
Mhm.
town. I mean, where I'm from, WEBN, even to this day, they do fireworks in the river. Big deal for like 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
WEBN, well, back then it used to be classic rock. Now it's not like, it's more like their format has changed over the years.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I knew I would have fun in radio when I was 18 and still living in Texas. There was a show on a radio station. It was 89.7 Power FM. And they had a show on Sunday nights. It was called Spin 180 with Matt Mungle. And he brought local bands on.
Uh-huh.
And he brought us on, and it was awesome. And we go into the studio. We drove down there, and he had, it looked It was like a U-shaped desk, and there was like 4 microphones. And me and my 2 friends that had this little band, he interviewed us and played our music, and I was like, this is fun. Like, there were CDs everywhere. He had 3 girls in there. They were interns, you know. They were called the Spin 180. They were something chicks. I don't know. They were really nice, you know, and they would do all the the stunt turn work, and it's like, this little studio is awesome. It's somewhere in downtown Dallas, like Deep Ellum area, where all the music scene happens anyways. And we just felt like rock stars for a night, you know. And then I moved to Georgia like a few months later, and everything fell apart. And thus began the long forging process. But Deep Ellum played this club called The Door. Man, we were so stoked. We actually played it was The Door, and then it had this side stage. I forgot what it was called.
Called the side door.
It's probably something like that. The buildings are gone now. But back then, yeah, we got to play that side club, and in between was like this little coffee shop. And the first time I ever went there was with this band called Ezekiel that were playing. They were friends of mine. And we go down to The Door, and they had already played there before, and the owner of it comes out and shakes my hand, and he's like, I remember you, and I had never been there before. But I went with it.
You should have said yeah.
No, I did. I was like, good to see you, man. And we go in there, and there's all these bands playing. I don't know. You just get like these chills all over your body, and it's like, this is where I belong. Not this club scene, but just like in creation and art and amongst people that are like-minded. And so this would have been dope as hell to have a setup like this in Texas or even Georgia when I first got here to practice with it or whatever. I've just kind of floated in and out of whatever because I'm a piece of shit. But I figured this one out. I just knew it had to be done. And now here we are.
Here we are.
Talking to the airwaves.
That's right.
To tens of you.
We're not talking to anybody.
I hope people hear it, though, because this is the kind of stuff I like to listen to. I want to hear people talking and being real.
Well, so that's what
I don't give a fuck about what stats or what.
No, we talk about it all the time. It's just like a normal conversation. It's not supposed to be like scripted.
There's
right?
no script, but I try to be educational, too. And then you're an interesting dude because...
Fuck education. No, I'm just kidding. We don't
the
need
sad
no
part is the people...
Hey, Pink Floyd, we don't need no education.
We don't need no... Bow, 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 bow. You're interesting, though, because whenever you come on the show, whatever version of you we get behind the cameras disappears.
I mean...
Like, you're a different... You're abnormally normal on my show.
I'm abnormally normal. What the hell does that mean?
It means you're goofy as fuck in the kitchen, and then you turn that off.
Well, you know, you're around different people in there too sometimes, and here it's like one-on-one. It's a lot different, I think, too.
You roast me, and when we're one-on-one in the kitchen, I'm in there, and you're like, "Oh, look who it is, Grizz."
But see, we'll take it with a grain of salt, you know. So
it's all good. This is a good era for me, and I like everybody that works here. I think this is the best this place has been ever.
You said that a few times before,
and I mean
since
it.
I've been here,
and I mean it.
Yeah.
Everybody, it seems like everybody is okay with being here.
Yeah, but you never know, you know, like.
But they're not making it obvious is the point,
Right.
because there are people that do make it
6 months
obvious.
from now, somebody could be quitting, you know. It's hard
Me.
to say.
That's
You're-
me.
You're not going anywhere.
Bye.
You're not going anywhere.
I'm out.
You're not going anywhere. You're a lifer.
I mean, I'm just waiting for the offer. I want a 5-bedroom B&B that I can live in a basement apartment.
5-bedroom.
No kids allowed. I'll run that shit. And then, you know, breakfast will be 40s themed. No TVs. There's a radio
just like
program
here.
every night. You get to sit there and
Be a
listen to
podcast every night, right?
That'll be in the basement.
In the basement.
My basement apartment, which will be the same size as this one.
Basement.
Because this is perfect.
Never had a basement apartment ever.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
No. Did you? You ever have a basement apartment?
I guess basements did not really come around until like 20th century.
Until 20th century. The house I grew up in Ohio had a basement, but I didn't live in the basement though.
What year was the house built?
Oh, let's see. I don't know, in the 70s probably.
Like right after the Civil War?
Yeah, and before World War II.
1870? So tell me, the lemonade you drank while watching them build it, was it fresh?
No, it was probably in the 70s, I think.
Now that's a mindset I want to dive into one day. I wish I could.
What's that?
Into the mindset of a fucking Civil War soldier.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go and reincarnate one, and then...
Okay. I'm interested.
You want to go grave robbing? No, I'm just kidding.
Hell no. Ugh. That's so disrespectful.
I know.
I don't even think it's that disrespectful.
Did you hear about the one they found recently? It was in Pennsylvania. They found a whole bunch of skeletal remains of possibly 100 people
Damn.
somewhere in Pennsylvania.
But you know,
But it could be grave robbing, because where else would you get them from? Right?
under your bed.
But it has to be difficult to do that, though.
Yeah, no, that's an operation and it's sick.
Because you need, like,
it's
a
just
backhoe
remains.
and-
Leave them rest, you know.
Yeah.
It's not that odd though to me. You know, I don't think it's not disrespectful because, well, it is to the families and everybody, but you know, I've heard from people who had those NDEs that when they saw and noticed their body laying down, it was as like irrelevant to them as their shirt when they're in the shower. You know, like
Right.
it's just clothes. And that's what I think.
Well, that's your opinion.
What's yours? I'm interested.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that.
So
Guilty.
I was obsessed with death for a minute because I had to come to terms with facing it all the time.
Never. Well, yeah, because you were a little bit. It was different though, I think.
In Iraq, you know, like
Yeah.
I would sit there and think about what's gonna happen if I get shot, what's gonna happen if I get blown up.
Yeah, IED. You know,
I
it could be.
thought in depth, and it got sick, and I would make
I
myself.
would think it'd be different though, because like you know,
I
like,
chilled out though.
in your situation. Like, well, now you did.
No, I'm not chill.
No, but you'd be more worried, probably more feared death then, because it could happen any minute.
No, because at the you snap at one point, like in your head, it like just kind of happens. Like before the first mission, I was scared because
Well, you like, get
you
in
don't
your
know what
head-
to
You
expect,
get in your head and say, well, it might happen, maybe or
Yeah.
maybe not, right?
and you do a lot of training.
Right. Well, of course.
So you're always training with it, so you're kind of expecting it to
'Cause you
unfold as such.
Because you see other people that it happens
Plus,
to.
all the guys I was going out with, which made me feel better, was they were already veterans. So I was the new guy. Like they all seemed so calm, so I just mocked
no,
that. I just pretended to be as calm as they were.
Oh, I see.
I didn't tell anybody how I was feeling. And then when we got out there, and we ended up spending the night outside the wire that first night, and I was just like, "This is chill." Okay, I see now. And you don't become. The word is complacent.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think about it anymore. I wasn't shaken. I was used to it. I was kind of like, come on, fuck with us,
So
motherfucker.
you probably figured if it happens, right?
Exactly.
probably in the
And
back of your mind,
you
right?
almost run into it. Like when every time we'd go into a firefight at night, like I would always, the very first one at least had, like I remember seeing the tracers everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, go over there. I just drove into it. I didn't give a shit. All right. You want to fight? Let's fight. And that's what adrenaline does.
Right.
And that shit takes the fuck over.
But you kind of get past that, then, thinking about the death side of it, you guess the adrenaline part gets kind of...
The deep thinking is for when you're alone in your bunk, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's when you think about dying and getting blown up. Out there, it didn't really... His shit would blow up and...
Right.
Oh, well. Boom, chicka, boom. But, we lived outside the wire 7 days on, and then we'd come back for a couple weeks and stay on the fob.
So with like every 2 or 3 weeks you'd go out?
Mm-hmm.
Really? So you wouldn't constantly be out there, right?
Nah.
Not constantly.
We had 3 line platoons,
Uh-huh.
and so for the Company H, and then we would go one platoon at a time would go out to the Syrian border. We would post up wherever.
Did they think it was too much to have you go out longer? Or
Nah,
obvious?
I mean, who would fucking want
Well,
to, though?
I mean, I
That was
don't know.
miserable, dude. We didn't even have the basics of the new, like the first fobs. So for a week at a time, sometimes we'd have your cot.
Uh-huh.
You'd have, I would bring books. You figure out what to bring,
Right.
and then you just hang out. We had weights, and then all the Iraqi border guys. You talk with them using an interpreter.
Right.
You pass the time, and you laugh, and you joke, and
And go
you
back.
make memories. And I knew at the time what we were doing was army shit.
Right.
Badass. I was like, I'm glad I get this experience. There's guys all over the world that would have like been itching for my seat, and I'm honored to have that seat that I took, and I tried to do the best I could. So it was cool. I mean, it was life changing as fuck. That's like 20 years ago this year, because 2006 is when we deployed.
Wow, it's 20 years ago. That's
Fuck, man,
that's
that
a
goes
long
by quick.
time.
Yeah, dude, 20 years.
That's a long time.
I know, man. From June 2016 to August 2017, or 2007. 2006, 2007. My brain is fried, man. Yep. And it's something that's lived rent-free in my head every single day
20
since.
years.
That's why 20 years doesn't feel like 20 years.
I know. I talk about it all the time, like time, just 20 years, 40 years. It doesn't seem like that long. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
A lot of people I talked about that. It's like I graduated from high school in 1980. That was like 40 years ago. No, it wasn't 40 years ago. It doesn't seem like that long ago.
More than that.
Well, more than that, but it's just I guess send that as like an average. Even 4 years is it's a long period of time, but it
But-
doesn't seem like that long of a period of time. It really doesn't.
That's the beauty of it.
People
People got to come back to themselves and think about, because it's lived rent free in my head, but a lot of good stuff, like you don't get to choose who you're in the army with,
Well, no.
but it's like the universe always gives you exactly who you're supposed to be with, even the ones that you punch you in the face or you punch in the face.
You get some of those punch you in the face.
No, I got in a couple fights, but they were mostly in basic, because people are just shit talkers.
Well, they all are. They think they're the ones that can do a million push-ups.
Some guys would talk shit and then back it up, and you just don't touch them. Like, let them have that's what they're here for. I remember I was I was broke, dude, broke down. We're trying to do these pull-ups, and they were like, you just gotta hold on to this bar, and I just fucking was just hanging there, like every muscle
Hanging
broken.
is the hardest way to do it.
I know. And they even had someone holding my legs. My muscles were so fatigued, and it was like I needed them to break back up. I was just like, come on. And I was also breaking through my mental barriers,
yeah.
too. Those are the harder ones. Once you get through the mental shit, it's almost easy.
Well, that's generally how basic is anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for outsiders who never been there, don't know that, but that's kind of the way
That's
it
what
is.
it is. Yeah, break you down mentally, because once you realize your mentally strength, then nothing in the future becomes so dreadful.
Well, there's a
Not
lot-
fun, but not dreadful.
it's a
Like,
lot
I'm gonna
dis-
get through this.
Discipline,
Fuck.
because sometimes those guys will go in there and have none of that.
Sure.
Beforehand.
They don't want to.
Yeah.
I was one of those. It took me a minute in basic. I remember I think the key word that Drill Sergeant Bostic said was, you just refuse to get motivated. And I was like, trying. I was broke down, and then I was like, what does he mean? And then I was allowing myself to stay broken.
Well, I think some of the guys are just like that anyway. 'Cause
No, it worked though, because then I was like, oh, I'm going to build myself up now. And it's been an ongoing process.
Because those wimps that, just say you can't do it. One to my unit gets like dropped out.
Well,
Because I had to go home and go back to mommy.
that wasn't allowed though when I joined.
Oh, see, but that was a different time period though. You got to remember, I was in the 80s. That was almost 20 years difference or more than that. It was
Dude,
almost
that's
30
some-
years difference.
That's some bullshit. You were in the 80s. What color were your BDUs when you joined? Were they the green ones?
They were, no,
The
they were,
green
they were
BDUs?
still like camo.
Camo BDUs?
Yeah,
You shined your boots, right?
yeah.
I was the last rotation in basic to shine boots.
Really?
Delta
They don't
258.
do that anymore.
No, they have
mean-
sand boots.
See, I mean, even
And I thought when they came out, I was like, they're gonna find a way
even
to take
fatigues are
that
different,
time.
different like pattern now, aren't they?
Everything's different.
I mean, I
It's
don't know.
changed like at least once since I've been in.
Yeah. See.
I was ACU. That was the blue, fucking disgusting pattern.
Didn't it have like a digitalized like?
That's the ACU.
That's the ACU, right?
I hated it. And then the one they have now, I think, is pretty sharp. I like it.
Was it? Is it like a camo thing, or is it? Do you know what it looks like?
I'll show you a
'Cause
picture.
I don't even know what I
It's-
can. I've
we're
probably
at-
seen it.
We just passed 1 hour.
Really already?
Yeah. See, it started slow, then it picks
I
up.
know. Look, telling you.
Army uniform.
I don't know what. I probably seen it.
No,
but
not the. It showed me football. Like the fuck I care about football.
Sarah's in there trying.
Army battle.
She's in there watching football. I thought, okay, whatever.
So that. Is that it? Yeah, that's what it is right now. It's,
It's like-
almost
it's like
similar to
camo.
BDU.
It's
It's
like-
similar, yeah. Similar to the BDU.
I know they've changed because they're like Vietnam was like all green, gets like one color.
So was World War II.
Oh yeah, and eventually, at some point, they went like to a camo pattern, right? You know.
I think in the Civil War, they're like, let's be the bright colors. We'll be blue.
Yeah, let's make it neon orange. No.
And then the English and the Revolutionary. That's man, people really played along with gentleman warfare. You do not aim at an officer on the field. Things will get into chaos.
But you know, like green though, like khaki green is a lot of a long time ago, a lot of like countries that be their color. Just khaki green, no camo, nothing. The rest of it would look different. Like obviously
I think it should depend on the battlefield.
the insignia and everything would be different for different countries. But like when I was in Germany, most of the back then it was all like German army was all green.
Man, but they were only allowed what, like how many soldiers at a time?
Who?
Germany.
Mhm.
I mean, that's why you were there, because we were still in occupation.
Well, it was Cold War still. That's why we were
We're
there.
still there now.
Yeah, but not
We're still gonna post up in every country
not,
like
not as
"Bitch,
many U.S.
Try again.
Not as many U.S. forces are there now as like when I was there.
That's what I'm saying, because it was 40 years after World War II. There were still some bitter ass Nazis
And
running around.
there was still Berlin Wall too. So
Yeah,
they
bitter
were-
shit.
yeah.
So I'm saying, like, but German, I think when we won, like, World War II, when we defeated Germany, they didn't surrender, we defeated them. How many, I think, okay, you guys can have an army, sure, but how many soldiers, Like, I know it was limited. Same with Japan. They were only allowed so many.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to research that. I'm
I have
curious.
no idea.
Well, I'm disappointed in that we don't know that.
Chat GPT will tell you.
Nah, Google. Google will tell me. ChatGPT is good to check your grammar and shit.
I've
But
only
they
used,
always
I've only
fucking
used
try to-
Chat GPT twice for something.
I have to tell it every time, don't change my motherfucking words. And I'll type it out like that. I'll be like, check the punctuation and all that.
Well, that's the idea. You type it yourself. You don't ask them to do it for you.
No, I have the document. I take from a document on Google Docs, and then I say, check this, but don't change a fucking thing. Because it'll be like, oh, let's just sharpen it up real quick.
Oh,
It's like, I don't want your opinion. You learn from us, motherfucker. You learn from us. Chat GPT. Bitch ass. Plus, it's like, you can only talk to it for so long before you run out. It's like, you can't. You have to join premium.
Is it so many characters until it stops?
I don't know about that.
I don't.
But you can upload documents, but it's like one. And then they're like, you're out of space. So might as well just copy paste it, but then I don't know about that either. I like Gemini though. Gemini's fun.
What's Gemini?
I'm about to introduce you to Gemini.
I thought Gemini was like an astrophysical thing, isn't it?
You decide.
Gemini, isn't there like wasn't like a space mission, the Gemini or something? I don't know.
Oh yeah, the Gemini. Hey.
Hi there. Are you trying to remember a specific space mission?
No, just say hi to Michael.
Pacific
Hi,
space.
Michael.
Hi,
Looks
Michael.
like you're all.
Don't interrupt her when she's talking.
Oh, she can hear me.
Sorry, go ahead. Say what you needed to say. He's rude.
No worries at all. I was just saying that Project Gemini was a key part of the U.S. space program. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about it?
Nope.
Understood. Just let me know if you change your mind or want to chat about anything else.
Well, thanks for joining our podcast.
You're welcome. It was fun. Let me know if you need anything else.
Well, do you like my kitchen?
It has a very cozy, rustic look with all the wood. I can see a microwave and some cabinets. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about it?
No, we'll let you go now. Okay, bye.
All right, bye. Have a good time.
That's Gemini.
Oh, so it's like the next generation of Siri.
Sure.
I mean,
But
I never used Siri before.
She saw you and said hello.
I never used Siri before, so.
Me either. I don't have Apple. And she saw my
No, it's
kitchen.
Google.
Dude.
It's Google Siri.
No, it's
I
not.
thought it was Siri was with Google.
Google is okay, Google. Hey, Google.
I don't know. I never use any of that stuff.
See,
So
I just said, hey, Google, and it turned on.
I never use any of that stuff, so I don't know. I'm old school. I need to type stuff in.
Yes, I know. Your first text message was. All right, we've been gone too long. All right, we're gonna end it now.
Too long. How much of this stuff has been recorded?
All of it. 101 and 1 hour and 6
Oh,
minutes.
you guys still haven't been doing the video because you've had your mask off.
Yeah, you can still see I'm Hoodie podcast and like my arm and stuff. But no,
Just like,
I just
hand
decided not to be visual on this one. I let you have the show.
Let me a solo event.
Yeah.
Just some.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
End recording. End